Hello and welcome to another video for Midas Touch Toys, Games and Collectibles. And today, well, we're looking at something that is pretty awesome. Is now very collectible and is very difficult to find, especially in this near mint condition. We are looking at the 1993 release by the Hamilton Collection from their Thunderbirds series of 9-inch collectible plates. And these were a limited edition series entitled Thunderbirds Are Go, and the plate was limited to a total of 19,500 pieces worldwide, and it is based on the iconic British science fiction television series Thunderbirds, which was created by Gerry and Sylvia Anderson and filmed by their production company, which was AP Films, or APF as they were otherwise known as. And it was distributed by ITC Entertainment. It was filmed between 1964 and 1966 using a form of electronic marionette puppetry, which the Andersons dubbed as Super Marionation. And it was combined with scale model, special effects sequences, and some really exciting scenes. Now there was two series, which totaled 32 45-50-minute episodes. And they were made, I think, yeah, from there on, I think they then went on to produce two movies, which was, I think, Thunderbirds Are Go and Thunderbirds 6. Now, partway through the second series, Lou Grade, who was the financial backer for AP Films, now he failed to sell the program to a US network television company, which resulted in Thunderbirds being, well, the plug being pulled basically. Although that didn't stop the production of the two movies. Thunderbirds Are Go was made, and then Thunderbirds 6, the two films, which unfortunately didn't do particularly well on the cinema, but were adapted as episodes, double episodes, and shown on television in the end. So this particular plate is all based on that fantastic television series, and this is the plate in front of us, and it comes in the original box, and it comes with this certificate of authenticity. And the certificate of authenticity reads, Thunderbirds Are Go from the Thunderbirds Plate Collection by Steve Kyte. This document certifies Thunderbirds Are Go as the first issue in the Thunderbirds Plate Collection by acclaimed artist Steve Kyte. Thunderbirds Are Go is limited to a total of 19,500 pieces worldwide, and your plate number is 11,606. Steve Kyte, artist, and James P. Smith, who was the chairman of the Hamilton Collection at the time. Okay, let's just turn that around, see if there's anything on the back. No, there's nothing else on the back. So that's the certificate that comes complete with this plate. But this plate is pretty awesome, and it's a nice size plate as well. If I just measure across, you can see that, well, it says 9 inches, but it's actually 9 1/4 inches. In fact, it's just under 9 1/2 inches. No, about 9 1/4 inch, I would say there. It's got this 23 karat gold plated rim that goes around the outside, and you can see it says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You've got image of Thunderbirds. It looks like Thunderbird 3, which has been shooting flying. It says FAB and Thunderbirds Are Go printed around the bottom there. In that gold rim. I don't know if you can see that properly because we got a little bit of reflection here, but that's pretty much what it says. So you've got images of Thunderbird 3 and Thunderbird 5 at the very top there. So you've got the 5 Tracy boys there. So you've got Scott, Virgil, Alan, Gordon, and John. You've got their dad there, who is Jeff Tracy. You can see you've got Thunderbird 2 and Thunderbird 1, which are the prime Thunderbird machines. Brains, who was the wizard behind the Thunderbird machines. Tracy Island, just down here. And then, of course, you've got the London agents. So you've got Lady Penelope and Parker, her right-hand man. You've got the Fab 1, which is Lady Penelope's pink Rolls Royce, driven by her trusted aide Parker. And of course, you've got Thunderbird 4, and you've also got the International Rescue logo, and Thunderbird 4 was the submarine. Over to the right there, you've also got the Crichton Ward Manor House, which is Lady Penelope's house. Okay, that's the front of the plate. Let's just turn it over and see what it says on the back. So it says on the back, the Hamilton Collection presents Thunderbirds Are Go from the Thunderbirds Plate Collection by Steve Kyte. Edition number 11,606. Edition limited to 19,500. And it's copyright 1990 ITC Entertainment Group Limited. Licensed by CPL, all rights reserved. And because the metallic pigments necessary to create this fine art reproduction may be poisonous, this decorative work of art is not for food use. So you can't eat off this plate. And you've got those images of Thunderbird 3 again, travelling around the outside. I'm assuming that's Thunderbird 3. It looks like Thunderbird 3. It doesn't look like Thunderbird 1. So that's the back of the plate. Now, it says 1992 on there, but I'm sure these were released in 1993. I could be wrong, but I think it was 1993. So that is the back of the plate. And obviously the limited edition number there actually matches the number on the certificate of authenticity there. So it's 11606 on there as well. So that is the certificates. But what a beautiful looking plate. I mean, the colours are so vibrant. And they stand out absolutely phenomenally well. I'm just going to have a zoom in there so you can have a very good look at this plate then. So you can see at the top there it says 54321, and you've got beautiful images of Thunderbird 3 and Thunderbird 5 there. And then you've got John, Gordon, Alan, Virgil and Scott, followed by Jeff Tracy. Move to the side there, you can see the images of the Thunderbird 3 going around the outside on the gold rim. There you've got Brains, and he's mixing up some chemicals there, and it says FAB on the right hand side. And there you've got the amazing image of Thunderbird 1 and Thunderbird 2, and back on this side again it says Fab on the gold rim. There you can see you've got Tracy Island there, and there is of course none other than Nosy Parker, and he's bringing tea in to her ladyship, who is of course the delightful Lady Penelope Crichton Ward. And right next to her on the right is the Crichton Ward Manor House or mansion, and there is Lady Penelope's Rolls Royce, the pink Rolls Royce, as driven by Parker, with Lady Penelope sitting in the back there. And then of course you've got the International Rescue logo there, and the Thunderbird 4 submarine, and right at the bottom there it says Thunderbirds Are Go on the gold rim. So an absolutely divine plate, absolutely amazing, and would look amazing mounted on any wall in any display, or just standing on the shelf. It would just look awesome. It is a really, really nice piece. Okay, now the question you're going to ask me is, how well did these do back in the day? Well, like with all of these Hamilton plates, when they produced them, there was usually subscription on these. So back in the 90s, the internet wasn't very prominent then. I don't think any platforms were around at that point, and there certainly wasn't any websites where you could purchase from. With these kind of the plates, it was originally subscription, so they would be advertised in magazines, comics and so on, or Sunday magazines that came in the newspapers. And to order these, you would have to subscribe, or you would phone in, or you would send your details off to order this plate. And then of course you would start getting the mails come through from Hamilton with the next plate in the series, and if you wanted to order it, you could do, or you could put in a subscription for all orders. So that was the way they worked when they first come out. Of course, I don't know if they sold out prior to them offering them to shops, because after a while, they did offer them into shops, and certain specialist shops had them on for sale. I don't know how many went into the shops or how many was left, and how the distribution changed, but I do know that I did see some of these. I remember seeing them in the shops back in the 90s, and obviously this particular one is also a shop find, so it was one that was, it may have been a display piece. I'm not 100% sure about that, because it was only the one that was in the shop stock room when we bought out all the stock from a closed down toy and comic book shop. But yes, they would have done remarkably well. They would have sold the whole lot out. Now, I didn't do a second run of these, so I don't believe that they were overly popular. They certainly didn't. The first 19,500 pieces were done. Sometimes when they're extremely popular, they do a second run, but on this particular lot, there was only the one run. So let's move forward now to 2025. So we're going forward 32 or 33 years, depending on whether it's out in 92 or 93. But even so, a long time. Do these plates come up very often on the platforms, I hear you ask? Well, they don't come up very often. They do occasionally pop up on the platforms, as do with all the plates. And I'm assuming that's because people have had them, or people have decided to downsize their collection, or they've given up, people have retired, or they're moving away, or what have you. For many reasons, people do decide to part with their beloved possessions. And they do occasionally come up for sale on the platforms. Not very often, but they do occasionally come up. I think I look back on the platforms, and I think I saw one, maybe two of these over the last couple of years that have appeared, and they were former displayed items. They had been displayed on, I think one of them had been displayed on the wall, and there was a few marks where the bracket had been holding it, and the other one had a few scratches on it. But you know, something that's of the age they are, there are going to be some imperfections with them if you can find them. This one, on the other hand, is in absolutely fantastic condition. I say it was, I believe it was a display item. I can't be absolutely sure for that. It might have been an unsold item, but yeah, I can't imagine it still being in the shop if it wasn't used as a display. Because what they used to do with the display items, they put them on display, and then when they finish with them, they just put them back in the boxes and stick them in the stock room, and they will stay there forever. They didn't believe in selling on the platforms or anything like that, so they just didn't bother with the stock. It just stayed in the back, which is good for us, because we went in and we bought out all that stock, and it was like Aladdin's cave for me. But anyway, let's not digress too much. So they don't come up for sale very often. When they do, obviously just be a little bit wary of the condition, because they do differ. You are going to find different kinds of condition if you're buying on the platform. Or alternatively, you can come to us at Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles, where we don't believe in stock photographs. So what you see in front of you is exactly the item you will be purchasing should you wish to order it. And with this particular item, I'm afraid we only have the one. But as of today, it is available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight there, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Gerry Anderson items, and many other vintage toys, games, and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive this is something that you will not want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there is something in particular you are looking for, something old that you're never able to find, something quirky that you might buy from a friend, or maybe something from your childhood that you just like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful, wonderful old Thunderbirds Are Go, almost says Star Trek then, Thunderbirds Are Go collectible plate with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.